Hello, this is Daedalus with Nerds and Stuff, and in this thumbnail tutorial I'll be showing you my method for quick and dirty bone. Let's get started. So those of you who are very observant may notice that this is not my standard thumbnail. I've taken and glued a little bit of cotton on it so we can have a little bit of texture to work with. So I've started by priming it with just a dark brown. This is actually a Reaper Shield brown. And then we're going to come over it with two different colors that I use for bones or parchment depending. The first one is just creamy ivory. I really like this one. This is usually my first go-to for bones because it's got a little more brown to it. It's a little yellower. So I find it really makes the bones look really aged. The second one we're going to go to is Reaper's Aged Bone, which, ironically enough, it's a little whiter, and I find that while it does pull off a bone fairly well, I really like to use it for like old linen or like parchments or paper, like if there's scrolls or maybe purity seals. I'll typically use this same method that, I use for the bones with the parchment too. And I just find it looks real good, looks dirty, looks like it's battle worn. Just coming back through with a second coat now. Not being too careful about my coats, honestly. I'm painting my thumbnail. I'm coming in heavy with lots of paint and just making sure I get good coverage, because if you've ever tried to paint your own thumbnail, it can be a little difficult at times. So just one more coat for extra coverage on the aged bone. And this isn't like a super sophisticated technique. This isn't a difficult technique. This is just a quick and dirty system that I've come up with that looks good, that I don't really take it any further. So once those dry, you're just going to take Agrax Earthshade, and I'm rotating the thumbnail, going crazy, so that we can have more of a shape to it like you would have on a model. And just layer it on. This is coming straight out of the pot. Just going to apply liberally. Make sure we've got kind of nothing pooling too much. And you gotta be careful. If you keep going over it, you'll end up taking it down a lot darker than you really want to. I tend to run into that once in a while, making sure I've got an even coverage. So now that's what we've got after it's dried. So you can stop here. Depending on the model, I do. It gives a nice kind of spattered, aged, dirty bone look, like it's been sitting in the ground for a little bit. Or you can take and just kind of, if this is like a skeleton, just dry brush with your initial paint color in those areas that are going to be in direct light, or you can just manually brush too, and it'll give it that extra little bit of highlight to help differentiate. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so you can be notified when additional content comes out. And as always, until next time, happy painting.